This is the Aldora Devlog. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the latest updates for today, and as you can see, probably in the editor right now, I've done quite a fair amount of work when it comes towards the game as a whole. Now, everyone pretty much looks the same at this moment in time. However, if we actually jump into the editor, I'll just get straight into it. We can actually just produce these guys immediately. Now they're all running around, but they've all got different types of appearances and or faces. So what we can do here is we can go up to this and we can move the movement box out of the way, and we can actually go about showing you what's actually occurred. So what actually has occurred is these characters' faces have now changed. Their hair has changed, so has their hair color, as well as the facial expressions as well. Now I did a few different types of facial expressions. This will definitely be on the character creation front, so depends on what type of character you want. I will have to do many more faces in order to create a bit more of a variety for people. And when it comes towards all of the other different types of things, you've got 3 basic hair types at this moment in time, along with having 4 different types of hair colour. You've got brown, orange, grey and blonde. Now obviously I would like to add like black and everything to this, so it just makes more sense. However, along with that, I also implemented their t-shirt changes. So at this moment in time, they're just randomly generating the Worth It t-shirt and also the red t-shirt as well. These ones will definitely not be in the game. It's just one of those things where you just want to test it out and see if it actually works. And it definitely works. They all move in tandem with each other and they all work together quite well. I'm very happy with that, because then some characters actually look different than from the actual base character, especially if you pick random characters. Like, they're all basically using the same face, however their facial expressions are different, so it actually gives them a bit more of a different feel towards them, if as a whole, if you see what I mean. Which means that we can then have a bit more adaptability when it comes towards character creation, and if I come up with a new hairstyle, I can just add it into the game, and then that becomes available to every other person in the game as well. And that means that I can have more unique characters for the base human build. Now, this is just the blokes. So I did mention on the Discord that there is a female version. I have been working on that, however it is going to take a little bit of time. So if we actually boot this one up, me and my other half, I was trying to get her reference brackets. I was asking her to give me an idea on what the character should look like. Technically, I would need to take the hips in a little bit more for the girls. However, bra, pants, everything for that aspect, and then you can fit the face on top once I've actually done the face. That's just a couple of little things that I'm working with, and that's how I built the base human male character. So for the female, I'll be doing the exact same. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest at drawing, however it is getting the job done, so I'm quite happy with it, and it's actually turning out alright as long as I take my time building it out. Hence why we're going to thus move on. We've got the basic implementation of changeable hair, changeable face, changeable hair color, and everything about that. We've got the armor piece for the chest piece actually working quite well right now, and that means that I can start working on the different types of armor and or citizens clothing to build out this even further, so that I can actually populate this grand city that's just populated right here, if you know what I'm saying. Now, all in all, it did occur to me for the demo, actually, if we move back out again, only Erundir will be accessible for the demo for the game. So I was thinking about all the other different types of things, looking at kernel, going about what type of things do I need to have in place. We need ground clutter to be resolved, so we need to actually sort out the interactable bushes. We need to sort out all of the different types of crates, barrels, everything like that to that effect, just to make the world a bit more less plain, and then sort out the elevators, as well as sorting out little different types of mobs, so other sprites than just humans. So we've got the orcs, and we will have to go about getting all that stuff in. Basic human animations, such as like working or attacking, so to speak, and building on top of that even further, we definitely need to actually start thinking about trying to find music for this zone and or the city, because I would like the music to change depending on what region or part of the zone you're going to be on. For the basic demo, it will be two different types. So it will be the music for the city of Erendir and the music for the outer edges of Erendir. So if you're walking through the forest, you've got a nice little chime, just chilled out, very tranquil, and then I can use the music from the original game of Void, Edge of Existence, and I can use that combat music for when you're in combat, because there's no point in, if I'm making it in the same world, I can just use the same music I used for a demo. That just makes sense. I will contact one of the music guys that I actually used for Void. I'll see about all of that, because I'll need to have some tranquil music, and I'll need some, like, not epic, but a bit more like, if you've played WoW, it's a bit more like Stormwindy for Erendir. I think that would work really well into just bringing it in the immersion while I work on all the other assets and creatures and stuff, because I still need to sort out like Trix is moving house and all that stuff, and that will work out quite well in that effect. And then we can start implementing quests once all of that is built out, because I have a general idea on what all the quests are going to be. I want at least 60 quests in this entire zone, so that makes it a bit more boom, we'll get there. And then we can implement like leveling up and all that stuff moving forward. As it stands, it's looking quite well at this moment in time. I just need to work on like clothing and stuff. However, I think the basic idea with these character sprites, now we have all of that, I'll do a basic peasant peasant setup, and then I'll start working on the AI for patrol paths, and then I'll rename certain character AI to do their thing, because on load, while the game is loading in, your character will decide from this base model that you're looking at down below right now, they'll all decide what they actually are, and then we can have patrol paths attached to these guys and have different types of sprites, like a lumberjack who will only be working on the dockyards, well, brackets, it's a shipwright, but if you get what I'm saying, it would just make sense to build out all of that as well. That means I'm going to have to write out this list and structure it out. We've got kernel already with the list, so I'll just need to adapt and go over that in the following days, and then we can start working on just setting out the world into placement, and then applying a list to that. So I may work on interactable shrubberies, bushes and all that stuff, and just go from there for today, and try and sort out clutter and everything to that effect. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much everything I have to say for today. It's a nice little update. I'm really happy that we've got some character customization and the system's in place, so we can then do more moving forward, especially if we're going about this in a standardized way, just having a look, making sure that they all auto-generate themselves, very much so then the city looks fresh and normal at the beginning. Take it easy and have a lovely rest of the day.